Meet with the Ambassador, a show that promises to enlighten, inspire and entertain. Meet with the Ambassador takes you into the fascinating world of international relations. Exclusive interviews with foreign ambassadors in Morocco.
I was extremely happy when I got the post as ambassador to Morocco.
There are framework agreements signed between Argentine universities and Moroccan universities, such as the collaboration agreement between our National University of Lanús in Buenos Aires and the Mohammed V University.
Morocco has a very good location, and for Germany is an ideal partner.
Australia, one of the first embassies that we opened, one of our new embassies. We've opened it here in Morocco.
Now almost every team in Portugal has one or more Moroccan players, but I'm sure one of these days there will be a Moroccan Ronaldo coming up.
Maybe.
Meet with the Ambassador, a weekly show brought to you by Fatima Zahra Basghir. Don't miss it.
Good afternoon, dear listeners. Welcome back to Meet with the Ambassador, where we bring you exclusive interviews with foreign ambassadors in Morocco. Today, we are hosting His Excellency, the Ambassador of Korea to Morocco, Yeonjean Yoon. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
Relations between Morocco and Korea have been developing steadily since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1962. How do you perceive the present state of those relations and the leadership of His Majesty King Mohammed VI?
In one phrase, couldn't be better, but we wait for better tomorrow. For example, in between June 4 and 5, we will host the inaugural Korea-African Summit, a landmark event which will highlight Korea's commitment to deepening mutually enriching partnerships with African nations that span a wide range of sectors. For example, trade and investment, energy infrastructure, food security, climate change, global supply chains, and fostering the digital transformation, among others. And I believe this historic event will give us a momentum to deepen and strengthen our bilateral relations too.
You've just been nominated. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
How do you foresee expanding the cooperation between Korea and Morocco in the future?
First, I'd like to focus on the people-to-people contact, to know each other, to understand each other better. That's why we will host Korean Cultural Week this Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. And secondly, about the economic areas, as soon as I came here, I visited Tangier or Tangher and the Casablanca to meet with local Korean businessmen here. Mm-hmm. Actually, in Tangier, you have free zone. And then we have 3 Korean companies doing business there. We have 3 Korean factories doing business there. Mm-hmm. First one, producing car wheel for the local Moroccan company, car companies and European Union companies in America. They employ 1,300 people here in Tangier. And the other company produce window lifting system, and it will employ about 300 people and other small companies. Yes. All they told us is that they found Moroccan young people are very talented and working hard and energetic. So they are ideal match for the Korean companies. The other thing is that, let me show you this kind of Korean legislation document. It's a legal document. My family name is Yoon, and this document shows me where my ancestors come from. It's a unique system in Korea legal system. And it shows name of the certain city, and the city is located in southeastern part of Korea. The reason why I mention this, we have Mr. Shin, last name Shin, family name Shin. He's doing business in Casablanca, but he told me that he decided to spend his whole life in Morocco. Oh. And he will start Casablanca Shin. Family name Shin from Casablanca, following Korean legal system. That kind of deep affections the Korean businessmen have in Morocco. So I see their bright future for the relationship between Korea and Morocco. And I'll do my best to help them, their effort.
Wonderful to hear that.
Thank you.
The Speaker of the Republic of Korea, Kim Jin-pyo, during his last visit to Morocco last January, expressed his interest in concluding a cooperation agreement between our both countries in the economic and commercial fields. How does Korea view Morocco as a promising partner for economic cooperation?
For example, Morocco has a free trade agreement with the European Union and with the USA, but Korea also has a free trade agreement with the USA and European Union. So we are ideal match with each other because we have same open and trade-oriented country objection or aim. That's why listeners. Now, one of my colleagues is having a meeting with your government official to discuss about the possibility of economic partnership agreement. It's kind of FTA.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that we are going to almost finalize our agreement text on the EDCF agreement. It's a kind of agreement to provide soft loan, very low interest rate loan to provide to the Kingdom of Morocco. And we are also on the verge of concluding social security agreement. It guarantee exemption of their social security payment for each other's businessmen to ease their trade activities. That kind of the legal aspect we have. And I'd like to mention the other thing. Actually, in Casablanca, we have automotive industry training center, which was built by the government development cooperation by the Korean government to the Kingdom of Morocco, which was a very successful story. Out of 90% of the graduates find a job in the automotive industry in Morocco. And the other thing is that I understand you are going to build high-speed train railways between Marrakesh and Casablanca in preparation for 2030 World Cup Games. One Korean company named Hyundai Lotem tried to get the contract out of it. They would like to provide high-speed train and a commuter train and less high-speed train or something like that. And their aim is not just to sell trains to Morocco. Their aim is to build localized factory in Morocco. As we experienced with our cooperation with France, out of this experience, we are ready to share this kind of production experience with the Moroccan company, Moroccan people, and businessmen.
Perfect. We have really a promising future of collaboration. You mentioned in the beginning of our conversation the first Korea-Africa summit that will be held on the 4th and 5th of June. Can you tell us about the significance of the summit and what it means for both Korea and African countries?
Let me share with you first my personal experience. I was born in 1967 in Korea. At that time, Korea was on the poverty line. I have personally experienced this poverty line. But from this receiving end of development aid, we has become to stand on the giving end of the development aid. We are the first country in the world. So we really want to share our experience with the African countries, especially with the Kingdom of Morocco. Because we are the only one success story from receiving end to become a giving end. So that's our first and important aim of this African summit.
In what ways do you think, Your Excellency, the Korea-Africa Summit will contribute to economic development and trade opportunities between Korea and Morocco?
Yeah. First of all, during this African Summit, we will have a business summit back to back. So we try to invite many Moroccan businessmen and government officials for the economic affairs to give them opportunity to eyewitness the economic development of Korean companies or Korean government. especially some factories, advanced factories and IT technology factories or areas. We are still negotiating with the officials of the Moroccan government and with the business leaders here in Morocco. So firstly, it's very important for them to eyewitness our experiences, because Korea is still kind of unknown country to Morocco, to the people of Morocco so far, comparing other big countries. So we want to provide this momentum for the deepened cooperation.
Moving now to the field of technology, in what ways can Korea and Morocco collaborate?
First of all, we have a successful story of automotive industry job training center. So of course, the car industry or automotive industry can become a priority. But renewable energy is a promising field. For example, we have a plan to donate either electric bus or hydrogen bus to the cities in Morocco as a development aid program, because we are world best when it comes to electric car or hydrogen car. So that kind of field could be a promising area, and we hope to help Moroccan people, Moroccan government to expand their infrastructure for the renewable energies. For example, hydrogen fuel kind of refueling centers or something like that.
Now shifting gears a bit, the Korean Embassy in Rabat is organizing on May 10th and 11th the Korea Culture Week. Can you provide, Mr. the Ambassador, an overview of the activities planned?
Between May 10th and 11th, this Friday and Saturday, at the Cinema Renaissance in Rabat, we'll have this. And the opening ceremony on May 10th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, with the taekwondo demonstration. Do you know taekwondo?
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
taekwondo demonstration. And buche dance, that's kind of the Korean traditional fan dance. And then we have K-pop dance performance and Korean speech contest will be held, and 2 Korean movies will be screened: Extreme Job and Escape from Mogadishu. Escape from Mogadishu was shot in Morocco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
El Sau. And then booths will be set to experience Korean culture. For example, food, cosmetic, Korean traditional clothes, games, etc.
How do you hope this event, the Korea Culture Week, will contribute to fostering cultural exchanges between our two countries?
To better understand each other. For example, I witnessed the popularity of Korean culture or Korean language in Morocco. For example, let me share my experience with this. We select every year SNS supporters here in Morocco for the Moroccan people. And we selected 6 people last 2 weeks ago, Friday. I personally met with them, and I was mesmerized by their commanding skill of Korean language.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Actually,
very popular.
two.
As a language, yeah.
Their Korean language is much better than mine. my native language is Korean language, but their language commanding skill is much better than mine. And I asked them, where did you learn your Korean language? Their answer is that through YouTube and Netflix.
Yes.
Wow. So I personally propose them, you can have a chance to practice your Korean with me.
That's cool. And what unique aspects of Korean culture do you believe Moroccans would find fascinating?
Let me say it this way, one phrase: family value. Family value. For example, in Spain, I understand you have 900,000 Moroccans living in Spain, but their connection with their motherland, Morocco, is very deep.
Yes.
We are the same situation. For example, I spent 3 years just before here in Austria. In 1972 and 1973, 100 Korean nurses came to Austria. But they never forget their motherland. They still keep their deep connection, attachment with Korea, and they raise their children as a responsible and contributing citizens in Austria. Same is true for the Moroccan
For
people.
us, exactly.
Yeah. So
We have
we
this deep
share
attachment
strong
to our-
family value.
Yeah. And for those interested in the Korea Culture Week, how can they participate?
They can register or just come, and they can refer.
It's open to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can refer our Facebook page, Korean Embassy in Morocco, for further information.
And what other cultural events does the Korean Embassy in Rabat organize to foster mutual understanding between Moroccans and Koreans?
First, K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop World Festival in July. Every year in Seoul, they host the K-pop World Festival. So this is a qualifying event for Morocco. And the other one is the embassies and SNS supporters, ASDICA, annually selected and operated.
Yeah, Your Excellency, you mentioned earlier this deep attachment to the motherland that Koreans have. We also have this as Moroccans. So, except for this, any other similarities between Korean and Moroccan culture?
Deep love for your country. For example, we Koreans love my country very much, like Moroccans.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that you have Atlas Lions, we have blue Red Devils, the football team. National football team. We love sports. We Korean people love sports. Our national team is named Red Devils, and I understand your national team named Atlas Lions. And congratulations, your team has had advanced to quarterfinals in last Qatar World Cup games.
Yes.
In 2002, our national team had advanced to the quarterfinals in Seoul too.
Now, before we wrap up, Ambassador, do you have any message you'd like to convey to the listeners of SNRT?
We are made for each other. For example, true friends have to hold on tightly with both hands. We should hold together with both hands. Thank you.
Thank you, the Ambassador of Korea in Morocco, Yeonjean, for sharing your time with us and your insights into bilateral relations between our two countries.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. How do we say thank you in Korean?
감사합니다.
That would be difficult. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Meet with the Ambassador. Join us next time for another episode with a distinguished guest. Until then, goodbye.
Thank you.
Meet with the Ambassador, a show that promises to enlighten, inspire and entertain. Meet with the Ambassador takes you into the fascinating world of international relations. Exclusive interviews with foreign ambassadors in Morocco.
I was extremely happy when I got the post as ambassador to Morocco.
There are framework agreements signed between Argentine universities and Moroccan universities, such as the collaboration agreement between our National University of Lanús in Buenos Aires and the Mohammed V University.
Morocco has a very good location, and for Germany is an ideal partner.
Australia, one of the first embassies that we opened, one of our new embassies. We've opened it here in Morocco.
Now, almost every team in Portugal has one or more Moroccan players, but I'm sure one of these days there will be a Moroccan Ronaldo coming up.
Maybe.
Meet with the Ambassador, a weekly show brought to you by Fatima Zahra Basghir. Don't miss it.